I couldn't handstand for probably a month. My gums are going to explode. Your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders help strengthen. Gauging that core, beginner drill, because it just starts to get your wrists used to holding your full weight. Hey guys, and welcome back to the place where you can learn about circus fitness, handstands, and the life of a circus artist. So a couple videos ago, I did a little vlog about my wisdom teeth coming out, and if you haven't seen that, I will link that up in the cards above. And I couldn't handstand for probably at least a month. Well, more like go upside down, because it felt like my gums are going to explode. And also, they don't recommend doing that when you get your wisdom teeth out. So today's video is all about some exercises and drills that you can do when you can't handstand yet, or if you are trying to maintain your handstand strength while you are injured and or can't do anything like I couldn't. So I compiled a nice list of some exercises and drills for you. Let's jump straight into it. So a lot of these drills are nice combo ones that kind of like hit your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, and just kind of like help strengthen and maintain those muscles that you would normally be using when you handstand. Alright, so the first one that we're going to do is nice and easy and a good startup one, and it's literally just a plank. If you struggle with a full plank or you're a bit more of a beginner, you can do one on your knees. And you're going to hold this one for 30 to a minute. Make sure that you are squeezing your bum and you're tucking your pelvis under and it's not popping up, and that your back is flat and you're not pushing too much out of your shoulders. You also want to make sure that you are engaging your core. The next one, coming into it straight away from that one, is a side plank. You really want to make sure that your shoulder is over your elbow and your wrist, and your other arm can come above, or it can rest on your hip. This one you're also going to hold for anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute. And you're going to do that on each side. If you also struggle with this one, you can also do it down on your knees. You really want to make sure that you are engaging that core and you're using it to hold you up and not sinking down in that. If you find it a bit hard with your feet stacked here, you can also split those legs to give yourself a bit more stability if you struggle with that core stabilizing you. The next one that we're going to do is lying activation drills. So this one is literally just laying on the ground with your legs out. And what we're going to do is engage our body as if we were in a handstand. So when you're on the ground, you want to tuck your pelvis under, which means you should be squishing your back into the floor so your hand can't get under there. You're then going to want to squeeze your legs together, pointing your toes and pushing your heels into the ground, and then arms above your head, and you want to try and look up at your hands. Holding for 15 seconds. And relax. You're going to do 3 15-second holds of them. Next, we're going to stay lying on the ground. We're going to do a very similar one. So arms above our head, pelvis tucked under, and we're going to bend our knees and bring them into a tuck, and then we're going to lower them out as if we were doing that tuck halfway. No heels to your bum or creeping them out on the floor, and you want to keep your feet nice and parallel to your body. You really need to make sure that you engage that core and push your back into the ground when you're lowering them. You're going to do 5 of them. This next one is a bit more of a movement pathway one. It helps to strengthen your shoulders and to sort of keep you starting to go upside down, especially if you have had your wisdom teeth out, or it's just really good for strengthening those shoulders. So up in a downward dog, we're going to be doing 5 of these, and we're going to be moving from the downward dog position, so pushing up through our shoulders, dropping our heels into the ground, and we're going to move through to a cobra. Keeping our toes tucked, because we're then going to push back into that downward dog. To make this one a little bit more advanced, you can do downward dog to cobra push-ups, where you bend your arms, you bring your face in front of the floor, and you scoop your body up and pushing back. To make this even harder again, to progress from that, you do the slide your face against the floor, and then you reverse that. So you bend your arms, face against the floor, and push yourself up. Be careful of that one. That one is quite advanced and hard. Just start off with the easier variations, and if you find them too easy, then give the harder one a try. Next up, we have our froggies. Froggies are such a good versatile warm-up and beginner drill because it just starts to get your wrists used to holding your full weight. Your froggy is a little bit different in the fact that you can have your hands a little bit wider than shoulder width apart because your knees end up resting on your elbows. I wouldn't recommend much further apart than just a little bit further than your shoulder width apart. So hands on the ground, knees on your elbows, and bending your elbows down. Then you're going to lift your feet off the ground, gripping the floor using your fingers to balance. You're going to hold this one for 30 seconds to a minute, depending on where you're at. This is why it's called a froggy, because you're so close to this little froggy position. Following on from that, we are going to do froggy rocks. So if you don't have the control for the forward one, please make sure you put a pillow in front of your head because you don't want to smash your head into the ground. Just don't do that. So once again, jumping into that froggy position, except this time we're going to lower our head down into the ground and then push, using our fingertips, push us back into a froggy position, and then using the heel of our palm to push us back into the upright position. You then want to go straight into your next rep, controlling your head to the ground, pushing off back to your feet. You're going to do 5 reps of them. So 1 rep is head down, back to your feet. And our final exercise for this one is a tabletop. So fingers pointing towards you, sitting on your bum. You want your hands underneath your shoulders and your feet shoulder width apart. All you're going to do is push up into your tabletop position and lower. If you want to make this a bit more of a shoulder opening stretch, when you lift up, you can rock forwards and then come back to your neutral tabletop position before lowering down. This exercise will really help with keeping your shoulder mobility up. That one I would say 5 to 10 of them. And that brings me to the end of these exercises and drills. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I hope you found them helpful and informative if you are on this beginning journey to your handstands, or you are coping with an injury, or you did get your wisdom teeth out like me. I feel like that's pretty common around my age. Let me know if you are at any of those stages in your journey down in the comments. I really do love hearing from you guys. I'm starting to hear from you guys a lot more, and I really appreciate that and love hearing from you guys. If you are looking for more great handstand resources, I have a great beginner free handstand guide, which I will leave a link down below in the description box if you would like to grab that. And as always, if you did like this video, please give it a like. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing and hit that little notification bell if you want to be notified anytime I upload a new video, which is usually once a week on Sundays. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! So obvious when I sit down to film. So good. Look at that focusing. Never have to worry about focusing again.